All to drive buses. Just think of the views.
The city, your office, the people, your muse.
An excellent.
Don't like that Harvard stuff, but yeah, I guess so. I don't like the tilt of this camera. It's like dodgy old tilt. I think let's It doesn't really work unless you can really see it. That's the only thing. Hello. Hello. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, just messing around with some bits and pieces. As you do. That's what it does. Oh, I want a nice spot for this guy. Annoyingly, just the way this is like, this is such a great shot, but the text needs to be on the right side. But because humans read left to right, we want the text on the left side. That's the only thing that's frustrating here. I mean, I could definitely, obviously, I can play around with this camera. This instead, actually. Let's mess around. Don't want to spend too much time on it because it's going to change. I'll leave this on the side. This looks interesting enough. You know, let me drop that phone. I did, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Had to crunch some stuff out. It was good. It was very good. Thank you. And yourself? How was yours? I mean, what I need to actually do is add post processing to make this like a fisheye cam. It's the last thing I need to do. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it just needs to be a bit in a spot that is gonna actually give it lens for that. Hey Eternal, how you doing? Morning to you too. The only thing is for it, I don't like how it's rotated. Let me, you know what, I'm actually gonna, let's kill this. Pick it up. Then we can rotate it like this. That's the way. There we go. And then drop this down. This is an interesting shot, I guess. You sound nice. And then it's a bit much. Obviously, I'm just gonna play around just to see kind of like. What I think could be cool is to make it into like a security camera. Hey man, yeah. Oh, awesome. Yeah, your art was sick, man. Honestly, really enjoyed it. We're gonna stick it. I think I sent it to Guns before. We're gonna stick it somewhere. I might even position a camera so it faces it. So, just doing some UI program stuff at the moment. This is all temporary. I'm just gonna stick it. Just want to check on the position of it. I don't like. Let me ramp this up. Will that work? Yeah, that looks cooler. That looks a lot cooler. Not a bit underexposed here. Really underexposed. I think that's the lighting. Let me. I don't think that's doing. I think really it's this guy that is doing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Nice. What the causing the snow? I don't know what's. Because it's only by the player, isn't it? That's interesting. I don't actually do it. Oh, I mean, I just don't like the I want it to look a bit more interesting. I mean, it's the only. I mean, I don't want to play around with this too much. It doesn't really matter. I'm not getting the kind of bloom I would hope for. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play around with the lighting a bit more, but a little bit. Exposure is just a little bit off. I guess a post processor we can sort out. Yeah, it's a bits and bobs. No, it's because I'm trying to sort out the camera. I'm just trying to see. I just put it in like for like temporary, just so I can see what the kind of positions that we're gonna set it up, if there is. This is all gonna get deleted. I just want to see what the behavior will look like with the camera. I want to see. Yeah, I know. I'm just playing around. Yeah, I need to do it in post process. Let's ramp this up a little bit. It's alright. I think that is just ramping. Where is you gonna bloom on this guy? Yeah, this looks right, but I'm not quite getting that. Let's kill it. Still not getting the visual I want. This looks dead on. I'm just not getting that. Very annoying. Anyway, I don't really care, but let's kill the film grain. Although the film grain looks cool. I think it'd be cool to do them as what I think would actually be really cool instead of this is to make all the camera targets like a security camera. I think that would be, that's actually what I should do. But we'll just mess around. Just want to see. Yeah. Okay. Well, now back to programming. Sorry, real carried away. Let's pretend like it's a security camera. I love this random mix of things. How would a security camera look? Best place for a security camera in this level. A bunch of different spots. Basically, I just want it in places that look pretty interesting. Anywhere that looks remotely cool. This looks like a full shot. Maybe this guy instead, actually. Oh, this shot. This shot with a bigger depth of field. I mean, we could do it like this. But I think the security camera one is a bit of a. It's actually a better. Oh, let's keep this normal. Oh yeah, no worries. Yeah. These are just. I'm not actually playing. I'm just testing it with. I'm just testing the UI code that I've set up. But in the meantime, if I'm going to test it, I may as well make it look kind of cool. But this is all going to change because this is my local brand. Yeah, I would have changed the line because it's my local brand. Screw your brand. Now I shouldn't have to do anything for this to technically, and it could possibly start in this location. It doesn't. If I do this, then. That's what it goes wrong. Let me also hold on. This doesn't need to be. Let's say more real. I'm streaming. Let's. I think so this is when I need to add the logic for transitioning. That's so laggy, bro. terribly laggy. I mean, I am streaming, to be fair. That's the only thing I don't like. I think the path needs to be a bit more determined. What I probably need is a path that will link the two cameras, and then because then it can go like up the stairs to the camera position. Yeah, but I can't be able to do that anymore. So in the meantime, it's a different day, different dollar. In the meantime, I'm just gonna stick them near each other. Stick another one here. It shouldn't just work. I just play it. So yeah, the next thing is the last thing. There's some windy moving out there. But that's all fine. Other credits. This is what doesn't work. The play works just fine. Yeah, it needs to have a path. Alright, I mean, it needs a bit more logic. But thankfully, it's isolated. What I'm going to do is, because it needs more logic, what I would have to do is like link the two via a path and then get it to travel the path. Ironically, what it should probably be is we have one camera that just travels between positions. That should actually be what it is. And the menu camera target isn't a camera. I think we have a singular camera and then we travel between different positions rather than different camera targets, because that position would like the way we travel, and then we just say follow this path. That's an easy change, to be fair. I'm not gonna do that now. I'll just do this for now. I don't really care. I think I'll slow that down too. That's crazy fast. Let's just do. See, this is what's dodgy for me. Let me. Where is my? Oh no! You know what? That's what's different. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Hold on. Where was I? This guy can go back because the actual. Let me make sure I've actually made the change when I need to make the change. I knew it. I knew I was being silly. Yeah, so dumb. So dumb. So dumb. I was wondering why it still looks crap. Because I'm actually and let me go. So is what have I got on my other one? I've got this one easy now. Oh no. I was wondering why transition between cameras looks so different because transition as a player was so smooth. And this one was like I was wondering. I'm going to separate. I don't like that. What it should probably be is yeah, there's a couple different things going on that aren't actually doing it well. Because here, when this gets fired, no, when you exit out, it should be okay. Yeah, okay. There's a couple things. Yeah, okay, a couple things we need to sort out. Let's just see if the behavior is any better. Because okay, lovely. I love it when it doesn't do. It starts at a random one, which I mean it already shouldn't. But can you go to a random one, please? Ah, for God's sake. Yeah. Okay, that transition is a lot nicer. That's a lot nicer. All right, okay. Yeah, transition's not too bad now. Still, I think it still needs to follow that path. Okay, let's do this properly because this is a bit of a mess. So, this menu stack level change dev. So we've got. Hey Noma, how are you? We've got this delegate right when the stack level this is this, and we broadcast this guy when we add a new thing to the stack. But we also need it. I feel like it needs to actually be in the stock presenting, you know. And then we can almost, and then maybe, I think instead, this delegate changes to one with the parameter, right? And then we pass whether or not it's returning to the player. Right? That way we can get rid of this guy. And then basically, whenever you stop presenting a widget, you do some kind of transition. You prefer that. So let's go. Okay, so on this one, yeah, so it's a menu stack level changed delegate. Sorry, broadcast. Right, okay. Because this pings every time you change it. Let's do it in this, right? So let's. Well, let me get rid of this guy. Oh, no, that's the guy I should just do. Let's get whenever you push a widget to stop this. Because they happen at the same time. Let's redo this. And then let's actually see whenever this guy pings. Guns and Dead, can you guys speak? Just check the stream, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo. Yo. Crack a lack.
Sorry, do that one more time.
Yo.
Okay, yeah, they can hear you. Nice. Yeah, I'm destroying your sky, mate. I don't care.
Yeah.
Outrageous. I'm throwing all of your changes. Throwing them all out.
Yeah, man, I'm not gonna check them in.
Check it in. Check it in.
Outrageous.
Yeah,
You've already broken the bill. You've already broken the bill once today.
Is that the breaking stuff? As per usual.
Yeah, you broke the build.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Could be me.
So let's see when this thing pings. If I do this, that pings. Lovely. It goes to the bloody hell. Hold on. Let's get rid of this guy. I think I debug on this change menu camera. Yeah, let's do this. So let's go. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, that debug string, and let's re-enable. Yes, right, so here we go. This can't work ever though. It needs to get rid of that. Should never move to the pawn. I think that's one of the issues. Should never move to the pawn. Yeah, that should never be the view target. I'll mute myself so you guys don't hear me just constantly chat shite.
I mean, I had the stream audio on anyway, so I'm listening to you either way.
Hear me talking twice, double. You mean? Jeez.
Well, no, I muted the stream.
No, it's alright, guys. I know you love my voice. Fine, it's fine.
Dude, do you know what? I've got some really tricky audio. I've got Discord in the left ear and stream on the right with a slight delay.
Damn.
It's really messing me up.
Okay, let's see here. I knew I programmed the whole ass thing. Okay, so yeah, that didn't ping. Why did that not ping? Go back one level, pings it. Highly sus. And then this guy, I bind this. Ah. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Because we destroy the reason why that doesn't work. It works the first time, but it won't work going back. Because we destroy that actor. And this only gets cooled. Let me see when this gets cooled actually. Okay, yep, as expected. Ah, it doesn't get cold. Okay, I'm gonna pop toilet quick because the flow of this is all wrong. 2 seconds.
Is London going to be connected to this map? Sorry, I'm covering the stream while David's gone. No. Technically, no. Bits of London will be put in this map. But when it gets around to us doing the actual London map, it'll probably be its own standard thing. But this map will cover us for an awful long time throughout the testing period, pretty much. That's what I thought. Yeah, it still needs those. What are we doing under?
I ain't gonna lie, this is a bit of a death map. Don't know if this will be in the final of the game, to be honest. So let's debug this clip.
Oh yeah, this map won't be in the final game, I doubt.
So stupid. I'm broadcasting it before the delegate fires. It's gotta do that. Dope. Because I haven't actually created the main menu. Yeah. So I'm saying, oh, fire out my delegate, but I've not bound the delegate dynamic. Because in here, we do it after presenting the main menu. We add this dynamic here. But this reference onto any function is lost once you destroy this actor. So if you try and broadcast that before you've created the actor again, it's useless. Ow. I don't know if that printed it. Anyway. I think it made a difference. Yeah. Let's see. And this guy. So I go to credits. Right. Broadcast it, all fine. Do we do this again? If I go back. We don't. We do not. Oh, hold on. It could be because I changed something with the... Oh, hold on. I think I changed something with the stack levels yesterday. Actually, I know I did, but I don't remember where I did that. Crap. Why did I do that? Let's do this, dude. Hold on. Wait, no, actually. No. Play. We go to credits, does all that. Happy days. Then, let's see, does this ping? It does. Okay, the stack level's what? 1.
The tower crane that you added as a skeletal mesh, that it? That means we could animate it. We could have it swinging around and stuff, and the players on it. Oh, David, I've got an idea for a massive slide I'm going to add in the level as well.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to make any sense, but from the top of the London Eye.
Damn. If you can do it, you can do it.
So then anyone that can get up there will be able to slide down. So, I was asking Dado, he's not 100% certain, but he doesn't think it will work. If it slid down and then the slide becomes a ramp, would you get ramped up and off of it like a half pipe, or would you stop sliding when it levels out for a second?
I think you'd stop sliding at the moment. Because the slide's currently an extension of the fall. That, I think, would transition into a different kind of slide. That's like a... Because it's like... Yeah, the slide is currently an extension of it. Because it's not like a kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which, like, technically is an extension fall. Like, but, I mean, one good thing is that we can... what's it called? Basically, I can say stop sliding, like keep sliding. Basically, because then the slide technically you're not falling anymore, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, you are, but you have like an upwards thing, right? So that is a bit more like simulating physics and letting the guy go rather than like a type of fall. Yeah, I think. I mean, either way. For now, it's, there's no like ramp thing, but I think the ramp thing definitely would be cool, for sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think really in that way we probably need to simulate all physics rather than necessarily just like fall, without letting the character become like a bit of a wrecking ball that just moves.
Yeah, because I did want to. I wanted to I wanted to turn Josh into a skateboard and half pipe him to the top of the run.
Yeah. Yeah. The future for sure, yeah. I mean, one nice thing about this way is that it's all replicated. Like, doing it through the movement component means all the movement's replicated, which is why I quite like it, because it's a nice extension.
Mm-hmm.
Let's stop being stupid now. So let's say... Okay. Now... Present the main menu. Only one thing to me. Okay. Do that. All is well in the world. When we go back, doesn't ping any. Play. At least the behavior is consistent. That'll move. Okay, happy days. So, credits. And then we can say, any stack level change, broadcast that. Don't really want to broadcast it, but now I want to say realistically, let's go in here. Yeah, it's all good. Stack level is gonna be 1. Right. Okay. First of all, let me see where stop presenting. Go back 1 level. Stop presenting. Alright, happy days. Present the main menu. Right. Empty. Oh. Ah. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. Okay. Basically, this only gets called once. This is a player controller present. Yeah, this is a player controller present main menu thing. Whereas this dude here, your menu actor, this is completely separate. Then this guy, once it goes back, it does its player controller present menu. Not this dude. Yeah. So when we start, we say present main menu. We do it through the menu actor. Yeah, that makes sense. This needs to go away. Okay, yeah. Because this guy, this object, we do this, right? And then we bind that delegate to that widget. But then this widget gets destroyed and doesn't ever get created again. Because the actor creates the initial main menu. What actually needs to be the case is the actor. If the actor is handling the main menu, then it also needs to handle like the creation stuff. Because over here, we see that obviously the player controller is what presents the main menu here. When you stop presenting, which is different to the actor doing it. Whereas obviously in the actor, we bind this delegate to whatever. So what it needs to be, technically, um, Yeah. This, first of all, this has to go in here in the present. Nah, because it makes sense to do it in this. Actually, it makes sense to do this because when we exit out of something, that's when we move, right? So it makes sense to do it in this. Now, because then we can decide if we're exiting the main menu at all, right? Right. So we can be like, stop presenting, which will mean go back a stack or kill the menu. Right? There's two options. Either go back to the main menu or exit to the game. Right. Yeah. So it's either go back to the main menu or exit to the game. Okay, cool. So then, yeah, leave that there for now. We can decide whether or not what we want to do the camera. Then we say, is this good here? You can't bind this delegate. This needs to go away. This can't exist. This present main menu. It has to be through the player controller. Because that's what the UI widget knows. Although, yeah, because this needs to be independent of this menu actor. This guy can know about this dude. So the menu actor can know about the widget UI, but the widget UI shouldn't know about the menu actor. The widget UI needs to just say, "Oh, stop presenting. Do my delegate." This guy should say, "Oh, hey, like, I'm gonna bind this whenever I do this present." What is the best way to go about this, dude? This definitely shouldn't do this. I don't think. I don't think this should do that. I think if it's gonna do it, it needs to be. Like, it needs to be like this. Basically, needs to be. Oh, but yeah, we've got to do this. A bit of a long-winded way to get the player controller, I can't lie to you. Bit of a, yeah, I don't know. But... So that will present the main menu, which will do all this stuff. Right? And this present main menu here will create a widget, yada yada yada, present whatever it needs to present. Now, obviously, this guy needs to subscribe to whatever delegate yada 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 that's going on in here. stack level changes at all. So for that to be the case, this guy here, because then okay, that makes sense, because then the this guy doesn't need to know about the main menu widget class. Works quite well, actually, to be fair. All this guy knows about is the controller. See, actually, that works very well, actually, because then this guy doesn't know about the main menu. It just says present this main menu, right? This is the. I think maybe we need to pass in the actor into this dude. Then this dude doesn't care about what the main, because the discontinued there is like the player controller is what handles the opening and closing of the menu, right? Now, main menu doesn't work like that in terms of input wise, so the pause menu works well, but the actor should tell the player controller to open the main menu, and it should still go through the player controller rather than the actor handling all of the main menu. So the main menu is still something through the player controller, which is maintained through. But this actor here tells the player controller to kick it off. And this actor has no idea about the main menu widget, so UI or anything like that. But it can tell it to do whatever. Then the player controller can be like, oh, subscribe to delegates. But that's the only thing. That's the only bit I don't like. Like the player controller binding the delegate. But I mean, I guess someone has to know about the actor in order to tell it to do something. Rather about this knowing about the widget and also handling all the changes. Because then what would have to happen is this stuff and all the controls would have to go through the actor, which that can't work. So, okay, that's fine. Okay, hold on. So, can I not just pass in maybe? So this what? Let me see this. Hold on. Create this widget. Present this widget. No, I don't like this use the inputs being through there. That's the only thing I don't like. Roll call it. So we tell the player controller, present the main menu. Do that. And then broadcast, hey, we've changed some kind of stack level. So this is all fine. The one key is just who subscribes to this delegate. I really wonder if we even need this, dude. We just make... Nah, we do. Just dragging this guy in the world is what will give you a main menu, which I like. All right, cool. Let's and then every time we add something to the stack, we delete the camera actor guy. Unless I guess unless we pass this reference around, right? But that's something about that does suit wrong. Unless in this guy, right? We have this. Right. And in this main menu, yeah, I think this main menu needs to, because we already present it, so we don't need this. This guy we don't need. It's just about this delegate here. I mean, really? Like, do we give? Do we give it? I don't want this actor to handle it. The player controller should still do all the like go back and do all that kind of crap. Present the main menu. Because then otherwise, unless all this does ooh, what we could do is I guess what we could do, right, is when we begin play, right, we tell the player controller about this actor, the main menu guy. Now this is still done through this dude, but the player controller present main menu will kick it off through this actor. So this, right, this isn't a present main menu. This is like a, well, it is a present main menu. But yeah, because this does the exact same thing. The player controller has a main menu. So I think instead of that, the player controller doesn't have a main menu. It has a main menu. Nah. Well, yeah. I mean, we tell in here, in the actor, we tell the player controller, hey, that's me. So then when the thingy does whatever to the player controller will know. I think that makes sense. So we say, okay, present main menu and initialize main menu, whatever we want to do. Then we say, player get our player controller, cool. Then realistically, this taking okay, this is it. So we say initialize. Oh wait, let's. Okay, I think this makes sense. I want to leave the other name because that. Nah, you know, hold on. Let's create a new function. Hold up. Let's make a function, right? It's gonna be void initialized main menu. No, it's gonna say const ASPP menu actor. This can actually. Alright. You know what? Yeah. Mean. Let's do this. Actually. Right. Oh, cool. What is? We can. I think we still as a reference rather than a copy. Mm-hmm. Change it. This is what I'm saying here. Right. Yep. I know round it so I can see. I will get this. It's so annoying because I know exactly what it needs to do. It's just doing. I want to do the best way to do this guy. This is when I don't see it. I don't trust this. Oh. Oh. Could I say? Oh. Could I say main menu? Move this back. Could I have like, I don't even know. What would it? Find delegates. What delegate is this guy again? I don't even remember. What is it? Oh, menu stack. F hits menu. I stack. What did? Hold on. Main menu. Menu stack. F on stack. F on stack. This guy's not gonna know. But then this knows about the hit stuff. This is where I'm getting annoyed. This is what confusing most because this now seems wrong. Did we just do it through the actor? Is that just the best way? Hold up. Wait a minute. I'll need to do that. This will have the widget class, right? So this can do that. So I can do all I need to do when I do this. Okay, if hold on, let me just do this, dude. Do constant. Right. Okay, let's hold on. Let's slow the roll. This is making more sense. So we then tell our, if it says, oh, you want to present the main menu, you say, well, if you've got an actor, right, present the main menu through that actor, right? Then our actor will say, the actor will do the same thing. It will create whatever this menu widget class is, create and present that, binding the delegate that it needs to, right? What we need to do is have void initial main menu, right? Which will get our player controller, right? So this will get up this here. Get rid of the U. Sorry. Right, a reference to that dude. I think rather than doing like a cover thing, we could do a const reference, but so this will initialize the main menu here and set that guy to that, right? And then which will do this, basically taking an actor and set it to wherever it needs to be. Okay. So then when we do it in here, we'll then do player controller, initialize main menu, this. Right. And then present our main menu. Which it doesn't care about this. This will fire up the widget, present it, and bind this delegate. Then all this is doing here is saying, hey, player controller, initialize that, and then present the main menu. This sets the actor to this, so that whenever then we get a present main menu from our player controller class, it knows to do it through the actor component. That makes sense? I'm not sure I like this. It makes sense in my head. Well, we'll see if it runs first of all. I'm not sure I like this though, because I don't like this. Huh? We know such file or directory. Yeah, let's get some things because here is something else completely. What? No such file or directory is the credit generator hate. I know that has nothing to do with has nothing to do with it. I'm guessing. So then this will be like, hey mate, this is your actor. Tell your actor to present the main menu. My actor goes, hey, you told me to present the main menu. Do that and bind whatever delegate I need to do so. So the main menu is always getting presented by it's always getting presented by the by the actor. But we tell the player controller, hey, I exist. Use me to do any like menu stuff. Basically. One thing is like, why is that not running? This sure as hell needs it because it is it's a U pass, it's a U body. So it does need it. I'm not sure why it's obviously something else is wrong. It's definitely something else wrong. Probably to do with bloody like references and crap. This doesn't need this dude. But then this also doesn't need to be a U property. But yeah. It's the only thing. Clearly it's not like that at all. The only thing I don't like, because can I use it as a teardrop point? I know this is nonsense. That's the thing that's annoying me. I know that's because it's not. It's got a generated body. It needs it. Yeah, this is what I mean. It's got to be. Where references it? Hold on. Where do I actually reference this guy? This SVP credits management. This dude. Oh, I've had this before. I'm trying to think what the piece that is doing it is. You get rid of this dude. I don't know. Let me run this through though. Let's see what he thinks. Oh, he's gone to grab lunch. Fabulous. I have no clue. This is just I just don't trust that. Because I just don't think this doesn't need to be a U property at all. Like, I guess we can initialize that as a null pointer. But see, I don't really. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of that. There's something dodgy there. Like this stuff, this it kind of makes sense, right? So in our actor, so let's debug this, right? So our actor, we say begin play, right? We say okay, gather camera actors, initialize your camera, and then we present the main menu. Oh, we say we initialize the main menu, right? This is if we have a menu actor. This guy will say, okay, well, Mr. Player Controller, bind me to the main menu stuff, and then present the main menu. That way, then the player controller, when it gets any requests for anything to do with the main menu, it will use me. Which makes sense, right? Because I exist. And then the player controller, we've got, okay, well, I may get a request to present a main menu. If so, I need to check, do I have a menu actor? If so, present the main menu through that. If I don't have a menu actor, yeah, it's not going to do, obviously. Then this guy will do that as, we'll actually set this dude to be whatever we need it to be. Now, obviously, this can be just got rid of any point. Yes, if I make this if it's gonna ping me about this. I feel it's this guy maybe. Cause it don't like this. Right. It doesn't like this class being passed to it. This is making sense to me, but it's not making sense to me. You get me? This looks as though this. I mean, what I'm gonna do, just for the sake of testing this crap, because I think it is this. It's definitely this dude. So let's go to you. Go to you. Right. Nope. Get rid of you as well. Right. And then here. Okay. In turn, get rid of you. Therefore, get rid of you. Right. Then my main menu actor. Get rid of you. Will you build? This one will make a difference. This still has present main menu. Well, the only thing that this guy cares about is present main menu, which still has player control. Still don't like it. What's going on? Ooh. Hold on. This includes this. But that includes. So maybe it wasn't that. Maybe it's a different change elsewhere that's actually causing that.
Here we go. Yes, I'm back.
Oh, that'll save me. Yeah, it's a master programmer. I need your help. Okay, basically, so let me break it down for you. All right, so I'll just sit on my screen for the last 30 minutes. So basically, the issue I ran into, right, was the menu actor, right. Let me share my screen for you so you can see it real time as I'm explaining it. Right, so I've got my menu actor, right? So we've got our main menu widget UI, right? So now this is basically like the pause one, but just handles it thing, and it works fine, right? So now I'm trying to work with like the delegates, the yada yada yada, right? Now the key here is whenever we stop presenting the thing, so say we want to go back a level, whatever, we like call this stop presenting, which the player controller handles, right? Now the player controller will tell, like it does for the pause, like present pause menu, whatever, right? Because player control is persistent, happy days. So now the player controller here is saying present the main menu, right? Now, obviously the actor in essence handles this main menu, right? But I don't think the actor should go ahead and handle these inputs for it. The actor should just be like, hey, I exist. Therefore, I want to give the player a main menu. Now, what I was like, okay, what the actor can do. So, because the issue came about subscribing to this delegate here, when the stack level changes, right? Because the actor would create in the present main menu, right? When the actor was like, oh, I'll make the main menu widget. Don't remember me, because you get the actor, you tell the actor what widget you want to have, yada yada yada, right? I've changed this now, right? So ignore this initialized bit here. So it was like, oh, present main menu, create the widget, happy days, right? And the widget would be made, and that was all good. Issue is, obviously then, when we said, I'll go back and present the main menu, the player controller would do that, right? So the player controller would be like, oh, present main menu, like it does for the pause, right? But obviously, and although that works, there's a disconnect, right? Because the actor now loses any connect. So this doesn't ever get called again when you present it. So you can't ever bind the actor's delegate to be like, oh, hey, move the camera or change the thingy or trigger this from the main menu actor. So what I had to think about. So then what was like, okay, if I basically, this actor guy will tell them player character about its existence. So it'll be like, hey, like the player controller, sorry. Hey, like I'm here. Initialize me as the main menu, right? So same way in the player controller holds a pause menu, it can hold not a main menu in terms of like a widget that is opens for the pause, but it can hold an actor to be able to trigger that, right? So the player controller was like, it's like, tell the player controller, oh, hey, like initialize me as the main menu and then open up the main menu. So that whenever then the actor says, oh, control, like go back to the main menu in the main menu widget, the player controller knows, oh, hey, I've been given an actor, therefore actor, open up a main menu. I'm a bit sus about the double thing, but like, so this will communicate with the player controller alone, and the player controller will communicate with the
If there is a bi-directional thing, I think it's sus because it usually is either one or the other, right?
Because although I like the fact that this now has no reference whatsoever to the actor, which is the thing that I'm like, that is the principle, right? This can never know about the actor's existence, right? Because this is purely logic for the widget and how the widget should be handled, right?
So how is the, like, what are the various components of the system? So you go, what does this menu actor
So
do? What does it all
yeah. So basically, I'm gonna get a paint. Let's describe that. So we've got our menu actor, right? Which this is level. So we've got our menu actor, right? Right. And so this will go into the level, right? Now, obviously, we've got our player controller, which persists throughout levels, throughout whatever, right?
Yeah.
Now, then we say our menu actor, right? This will say, we can say, like, hey, you can have this main menu with class as your the thing, yada yada, right? Whatever it is. So then, beforehand, right? Then we have our like main menu widget, right? So now this guy, this does all like handles all like, oh, like list whatever, like all the stuff. This is from in our hits one, right? Now, and then we say, oh, actor guy, you can have one of these hits guys as like a main menu widget to be able to spawn and do whatever, right? And then this guy can spawn other widgets and do yada whatever it is, right? Now, this menu widget, like this belongs to this actor here. Now, obviously, the issue was that this menu widget, when we say stop presenting, because the controls for like navigating, moving up and down, setting input stuff driven by this widget are handled by the player controller, right? So let me get rid of you.
Oh, I mean, yeah, in that case, like, no, like, navigating up and down, it should be handled by the menu actor, right? Otherwise, what does the actor do?
Well, so this actor handles all level stuff. So moving the camera, changing the view target. This will handle like if I need to what's it called? If I need to, like, for example, play an animation, trigger a sequence, like this actor will be our global, like, for whatever's happening in the main menu, I'm gonna handle that.
So I think the actor should handle. I think like the player controller shouldn't do anything here.
Cool. Okay.
The only thing that the player controller should do is just the the original like key press to if there is any.
But there isn't. So for the main menu, there is none, because.
Okay, so the player controller shouldn't do anything then.
Okay, cool.
Because
Okay,
all
cool.
of the all of the inputs can be handled as the enhanced input, and they can be like allocated and spawned inside each actor. Like it's effectively the same they would do for the character control for the player character BP, right? Like that actor is just decide what input to use. But in fact, I think if there is an actor, there is a callback that says a setup input, right? So we can use that the same way that we use it on the character control on the character actor, right? A human character, right?
Okay. So realistically, so what this will change, right? So because I think the bit where I was getting probably twisted about was this menu widget.
Yeah.
I think I was treating it too similarly to the pause menu, because they're actually quite fundamentally different then, in that case, right? So this menu widget is handled exclusively by this guy, not by this dude here. Right? Now this guy can, you're right, because in this guy, we could talk with like this, right? This can say, player controller, like pause input, open input, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. If it needs to,
but it can't be like this.
No, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Because what I'd had was when I'd done it this way, I had an error in terms of one of the widgets getting accessed. Wasn't it was saying like this generated file isn't found, and I'm guessing it's some kind of problem during like where there's like a dependency or whatever it is, like search it through to be able to like access it. I'm guessing that was one of them. Okay. So realistically, then none of this should exist.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
See the bit. Yeah. None of this, guy.
Yeah, because I think the player controller, right? The player controller will it's something that is available when there could be no level, right? So for example, like you can be in any anywhere in the game, and you need
the pause menu.
Potentially you can spawn the pause menu pretty much whatever you want. You don't need to be in the level, but for the menu actor to work, needs to be in a level, right? So it doesn't need to go through the player controller because it doesn't need that global reference, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess.
If you see here, if you scroll up, when it does setup input. That one, right? That setup input component. So every actor has got that callback, right? Oh yeah, I mean, if you look, you got a little bit of a problem with your include. Usually, when the includes are weird, it means that it's.
Oh yeah, no, that was from the actor one, yeah.
So like if you set up one of these into your menu actor, then you can handle the inputs like this, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because I do that in my. In fact, I handle the input. If you look into the pause menu widget, I even handle the inputs in the widget because because I don't have the actor because it's not in 11. If you look into uh, possibly native, because yeah, here we go. Yeah, so
Hmm.
there, right?
Oh,
I
gotcha.
handle it there, so it's
So you know what? So actually, then I do that already in the main menu. So
yeah,
that doesn't matter.
yeah.
So what?
I mean,
Okay. I think I know what will change now. The main menu as a yeah. Okay. The main menu as a yeah. The main menu could have its inputs, I guess.
yeah,
But the main menu, I guess, rather than be so so realistically, the main menu it doesn't need to know it has like a controller, but the main menu here needs some kind of actor to tell it like, oh hey, do XYZ, right?
say again, David. Like you were
No,
breaking up.
so this like stop presenting, right?
Yeah,
We wouldn't be saying player controller stop presenting. We'd be saying
no,
menu actor
no,
stop presenting.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, because like this widget here, right? It needs to work because technically you are not in the level anymore. Well, you could not be in a level for this to work, but
Yeah, well, this
your
guy,
one, the
but the
actor
main
is
menu,
in the level.
yeah,
So
this guy.
yeah,
So although this is like input wise, yeah, bind these actions. That's correct. But then the present, stop, present, all this stuff. This
yeah,
guy needs to say, "Oh, hey, menu actor, stop presenting."
yeah, exactly, yeah.
Get you.
Well, yeah, or maybe it's just look, maybe stop presenting um is callback from the input that is handled anyway in the actor because the actor knows when you are stop presenting, right?
Oh,
So
so okay. So if I create, oh, got you. So this, oh, that's a better way actually, isn't it? Realistically,
yeah,
because then this can be, because then I can say in my, okay, so if I create these guys, right, as, um, okay, so like this is like present, right? So present the thing, and the actor will say present, and do whatever it does, right?
yeah,
Oh, same with this guy
yeah,
say, oh, add this widget, whatever it is.
yeah.
Now,
Is the actor that start and stop the widget, right?
hmm so now this stop presenting here, right? This guy will say, this guy will just oh, I see. So when we say stop presenting, we're just gonna have our callback for
Yeah, I mean, you can't even like have like none of this because if you call stop presenting on any widget, then yeah, it will stop. That is already a function, right? So yeah, like the like the way you may want to do the stop presenting like manually is when you need to play, I don't know, a fade out animation, and then you get when it finishes, then you stop presenting, right? But
yeah,
if you're
because
gonna have any of that, it's just say, stop presenting.
yeah, because so but like so my menu acts. So I'm just digging here. So this stop presenting, like so for example, we say like, well, when is this guy called? Actually, let me see, look here. So it's called when we go back one level, and
Yeah,
yeah, well, on this dude, right? So this is like when you exit UI, go
yeah,
back one level,
yeah.
and I think it's also called in our implementation of, hold on, feel like it's called elsewhere as well. Hold on one sec.
Yeah, the normal one is when you do remove from parent, right? That is the that
Yeah,
is what it
I
says.
mean, but
Okay,
there's
you
a.
go away.
This is called also. I think it's called when we push the menu widget onto the stack. I believe
Yeah.
it might be called. And this guy. Yeah, we say stop presenting on this.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. We say, okay, so when we do this, we say, oh, this dude, stop presenting you. Okay.
So
And then,
effectively, right, the main menu widget is basically the same thing as the pause menu widget, right? With a different implementation, right?
yeah, my thing there is that is keeping this. So when it for example, when this is obviously, because obviously, so this guy here, the actor, when it creates the main, it's like, oh, create the main menu or whatever, right? And then present that guy, right? And that'll create the main menu widget class. But then obviously when he then says, oh, like create my credits menu widget class, right?
Yeah.
This guy will still need. Oh no, the actor will create the credits menu widget class. Or am I bugging?
Yeah, but as long as like I think you can share all those functions because it doesn't really matter who is calling them, right? Because then like that code is exactly the same as the pause menu widget, right? So you know, and
Yeah,
all
but
of
the bit that the bit that is I think different is that the pause menu, because it's always accessing the player controller, it has that one source of truth. But if I give like if I say in this guy, for example, present and do what, right? Will this next widget that's created, will it this may not know about the menu actor?
Oh no, yeah, but so you are looking at the so his main menu widget, right? Yeah, can you go back to that file? Right, yeah. So what is the father of this UI main menu widget?
So this one is a
Oh.
use widget one.
So what is the father of pause menu widget?
It's the same thing. The pause menu widget is the also it's
Right, okay. So this is the father. So I think, right, what we should do is just maybe creating another level, right? Because like all of this stuff is gonna be pretty much exactly the same, right? So I think what you can do is to
But my thing is that how does that link it to the actor though? Because this guy, I see how across all the different ones it creates, stop presenting will link because the player controller is constant, right? Whereas the actor, now it may work because I say create the actor, do this, right? And then I could, for example, tell the main menu actor that, oh, like this is the actor in which when you say stop presenting, you should call that one. But like, so like this stop presenting in the main menu guy, like when it says, oh, because I then create a child one of it for the credits, whatever, right?
Yeah. So
like, it needs to know who to call that present main menu on.
Yeah. So the way you will do that is so the stop presenting becomes a pure virtual function. Like it means that in the definition that if you look at the
it will change it, so it's meant to be overridden, right?
You need to declare for each time you have a new instance of that class. So for the main menu widget, this is gonna be the implementation for for the pause menu widget, it's gonna be its own implementation. For the main menu widget, it's gonna be its own implementation. But So yeah, you keep the interface the same, and
Yeah,
you
definitely.
change the implementation. But there will be some functions that are in common, right, with both.
No,
because-
yeah. So you're talking about between the pause menu and the main menu, right?
in the pause menu and the main menu, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that's fine because like you said, like half these functions will keep the same and use the override 100%. I'm talking about that bit I get. So that is about creating like a base class, right? That they both can inherit rather than, and then we don't need to repeat all this crap. Only the things that change we can override, right? So that 100%. But like that I want to do after. But the bit I want to do now is like, so pretend the pause menu doesn't exist, right? The pause menu doesn't exist. Just the main menu, right? Now I've got this child class of the main menu, the credits menu widget, right? So just whatever, right, as it is. Now, when this credits menu widget says stop presenting, as it has from this guy, right? How will it know? Because when I create it in the main menu widget and I push which is the like child of this guy, right? And I push a new widget onto the stack and I say, oh, create a new what's it called? Create the credits menu widget class or whatever it is.
Yeah.
This obviously, to call this stop presenting, the actor needs to be the one that it's like called upon to then say like, oh, actor, change the camera, resume an animation, yada yada yada. So like how we use the player controller as our constant thing across the classes, the reference to the actor itself, is that, are we passing that through like classes where we do stop it there, or?
Well, I think it's the actor that will
Push
that
it
will
onto the
know
stack.
that stop presented, right? So I think the widget will just say, okay, I'm stop presenting, right? In the actor, right? It will say, right, okay, just get my stack. Like, where do we handle the stack of the?
Okay. So this is okay. So this is the bit this is what I was like. Okay. So realistically, a lot of this behavior is actually actor behavior, right? Like not like the stop presenting, the what's it called? Yeah, sorry, the stop presenting, the pushing the menu thing onto the stack. These are actor rather than
Yeah.
Okay. That was the So like this, all this stuff should be in the actor, and the actor says, oh, like, so like this can have like play exit animation. That's fine.
Yeah.
But then the actor will be the one that will do any of the player controller crap. The
Exactly.
actor will be like with this, how we say, oh, like push this one onto the stack.
So that guy, it shouldn't be
actor
in
will
the.
do that.
Yeah, exactly. It shouldn't be in the
Okay.
widget.
See, that was the thing I was because I was like, I know like someone needs to be so really, because the issue, obviously all of this is done through the widgets itself and they handle themselves, and then this presenting works because the player controller is constant. I can't, like, we get just the owning player, get the player controller, so it has the same object reference to present the right main menu and whatnot. So that okay. I think I get it now. So this stuff here, pushing, stopping, presenting, anything handling the lifetime of the widget objects, the actor needs to control. And then anything where it's like, oh, like, because then the actor can say, oh, I can then subscribe to, whenever I present, whatever delegate I presented, I can subscribe to this level change delegate here.
Yeah.
The actor can say that. And then he can say, change the camera. But this guy will just say, oh, my delegate for my class, fire off in when I do stop. Okay, cool. All right, happy days.
Yeah. And effectively, maybe we should create an actor for the pause menu anyway.
Yeah, I think that should be a component actually.
Yeah,
because then
like,
a character has that, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know if that is. Yeah, so in theory, right, you should be able to pause the menu. And
Pause
not-
without a character. No, you're right. Actually, yeah.
without a character, right? Yeah. So
So I think in that case, then really the pause menu is how it is now. The pause menu is a player controller thing.
yeah.
So
the actor that owns the pause menu is the player controller, basically.
yeah. The only thing that I'm about is that a part of me also thinks the main menu should be a player controller thing, because the main menu will access settings similar to the pause menu sometimes, like, right?
Yeah, I think the only difference there is that the main menu to work needs to have those in a level. So yeah.
Well, that's my question. Should that be the case? Do you need a level for the because if you don't need a level for the pause menu, I don't think you should need a level for the main menu, because then I think that is the only thing I'm seeing now, because I get it in terms of like having a main menu actor that can handle level specific behavior if there is a main menu, but then if there isn't a main menu, should it not be that the main menu doesn't rely on a level in order to exist, similar to the pause menu?
Yeah, so that was my original assumption, but because we are moving the cameras and relying on a background for that to work, I don't think we have other options, right?
Well, that's the thing, right? So because I think the main and the pause are similar, right? Because they'll have similar bit, like settings will probably access the same types of settings, right? Which is, and I do think the main menu should be technically persistent, right? Like across levels. I think it's weird because it's like the pause menu. I think the main menu should not rely on the level to be able to be about, but I think then maybe like the actor is almost the thing that is additional to it. Like the main menu can have this thing when it, like, if we start a level and we spawn up the main menu through whatever, right? Because we could say do main menu through the pause menu or through whatever, right, and create a main menu, and then that will just function on its own. But then a level actor, if you're creating the main menu in a level, can you subscribe to this actor that will change what the main menu behavior is, if that makes sense?
Yeah, exactly. But the whole functionality of the main menu is to move between these cameras, right? So yeah, he has to be in some level, right?
Well, not necessarily, because the main menu, I think, the functionality could eventually be to go online or to go, like choose whether or not you do free roam, or choose whether or not you go to like escape, or choose your starting, like, so it could do stuff irrespective of the level that you're in. And so in that case, then it doesn't need an actor to do that. It actually, the player controller is the best thing to do it through.
Yes.
And then the pause menu is the pause menu acts almost as a more it's almost like the other way. The pause menu acts almost like a more scaled down main menu with less options, basically. Like, they are very much the same thing. They just the one acts as the big guy that can handle all the crap, and the pause one is the more selective, like specialist. Like, okay, I want to handle this XYZ, just the settings and just the exiting and just going back to this mode and yada yada. Now, because then in my case, what I'm thinking then is that the main menu then should be, like the pause menu, a player controller thing. And the camera behavior is purely level dependent, being like the player controller can say like, oh, by the way, if I kick off this level, you can say, oh, hey, player controller, like, can you spawn a main menu if you have it, like, just as an option to do so. Like, we may have an input that spawns a main menu, or we have the level actor that spawns a main menu. It doesn't really matter. But if the level actor spawns a main menu, then it needs to. It's weird. It's weird because I think it's like, yeah, if the level actor spawns a main menu, then it needs to do it with a certain way. But if just I spawn a menu, like the controller spawns a main menu, play double click, go back on the pause menu to the main menu, and the level actor doesn't exist or whatever it is, there's no level actor in that one, can we still access that main menu or those main menu widgets?
So as far as I know, the only actor that is persistent and it hasn't got a level is the player controller, right?
Controller, yeah. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I'm thinking it is the right candidate to, like the pause menu, it is the right candidate for the main menu.
I mean, I think there is nothing wrong in having the player controller that handles the life cycles of the main menu. The only difference there is that in the, like, where do you put the, like, at some point somewhere the
Actor, the menu actor has to exist, right?
yeah, the menu actor has to, be in some shape or form. Whether you can, because we don't want necessarily. I mean, we could have that the player controller has got, a pointer to the menu actor, which can be null if there is no level, or can be whatever the actor is if there is a level, right? But
Well, so that was what I was at before. So, because that was initially my thinking, right? Was to treat it like the pause menu, keep the main menu this like persistent thing. Because yeah, like you said, it could be used to join a level rather than be in a level. Obviously, now we're starting it through by being in a level, right? We load the game up and we're in a level, but we could just be pure UI, right? Pure widgets and no level is there. Now, so then keeping it in the player controller, all good. Then the actor, right? Having the actor in the level will kick off a player. So if we don't have an actor, the main menu can be still used by being kicked off by however, right? Now and then we say like, oh, the stop presenting, all that stuff stays the same across all of them, right? In terms of like, but this one obviously we just override the base one to say, I'll present the main menu. So we override this virtual function, right? To present main menu on the player controller. Then our player controller would say, like when, like similar how it says player controller says, oh, present main menu through that.
Yeah.
Instead, what then our player controller would do is say like, oh, present main menu, like create the widget, do whatever you need to do, right? As it does. Yeah. But if he says, oh, do you have a menu actor? If so, present main menu actor, and then it handles whatever additional stuff it needs to do separate to the widget class. So weirdly, the controller acts as the controller, like connecting the two together. Yeah. Because I think that's the thing. I think when I did my thingy, I think what it actually was like your actor's like this. So your actor's this guy, right? Has your level here, right? Your actor's this dude. Then your player controller's this guy, right? And your actor has level. Now these two talk, and then you've got your widget talking with this guy and yada yada yada, right?
Well, no, the widget would still talk to the actor, right?
Well, no, so this is the thing that I'm like, I think we should change, because I think the widget wouldn't know about the actor, but the the player controller will be the bridge between the two. So the player controller will tell the actor that like, oh, you need to change level or yada yada.
Yeah. So the player controller will always talk to the actor, and the actor will relay the information to the widget, right? Like it's either one or the other, right? So I think like the widget should be basically right only, right? It shouldn't just
yeah.
Yeah.
So because the thing is like the widget has to tie to the controller because the actor may not exist.
Right.
So because you could get it that it's like the actor isn't there, but you may still want the main menu, right? So in that case, the widget will talk to the controller. Like the controller will tell the widget what to do, right? Like go up a level, create this widget.
Okay, yeah. So it's exactly the same as the pause menu then.
Yeah. It's literally this. I'm gonna get. It's literally this, right? Is this exact same thing here, right? Like they said present this, it'll be like okay, create my main menu, yada yada yada, right? But then the element that is, I think that differs, right, is then the controller can also be like, oh hey, like do I have a well, I think the only thing that I think there's a tweak here is that the controller will be like, oh, do I have a main menu actor, right?
Yeah.
That has told me I do. Okay, then if so, then do whatever do it. You can I think either we say do it through the actor, right? Like in terms of like creating the widget and whatnot, or we no, because I don't, because then that's when you get that weird triangle of like dependency. But I think then the controller, realistically, that's what is telling the actor to do its like change the camera. Like that is the callbacks through that, right? Or the
yeah, but then you put that logic. I think then you put the logic in the widget logic, right? The widget will say, oh, do I have an actor in the level, a camera actor? Oh yeah, I have it. Then I can do the funky stuff, right? Because so that way we only talk one directional way, like not like multiple ways, which it's actually similar to what is happening. Like if you look at the pause menu widget, right? Like he has got quite a bit of logic there, which is correct, right? He's got the logic too. Yeah, just manage itself, right? But so what I would say here is so this hits pause menu intro widget, it will become I don't know, like hits let's call it, I don't know, stack menu widget, like something that works as a stack of widgets or whatever, right? So hits the stack widget, blah blah. It's got exactly these like bare functionalities, right? And then the one that we need to specialize, we have the pause menu widget, we have the main menu widget, and we have we have whatever specialization we need.
No, definitely. That I'm digging. The last thing that I'm gonna grab some food in a sec, but the one thing I just want to make sure I'm fully understand. So this widget, right? Our controller will say this will do the same as it's doing, like player controller, stop presenter, yada yada, right? Okay. Or present main menu, whatever it's doing. Same thing as it does now. Now, the difference here is that our what's it called? Our player controller Okay, so we're saying that the widget knows about the actor, not the player controller knows about the actor. That's the
Yeah,
only
exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So but the thing there is that I think the widget shouldn't. I don't know if the widget should know about the actor though, because the widget is just doing its own thing, right? But then the controller is what is like telling the widget to like, oh, go up a stack, go down, like what do all that crap, right? Well, no, the web it's like open the main menu, do that right crap. The actor still seems like independent of the widget, whereas like it would in my head I'm like, oh, like the player controller.
Yeah, in fact, yeah, it's correct. The actor is independent of the widget. Is the widget that is using the actor, right? But the actor doesn't know about the widget. The actor just said.
But
Like,
my question is like,
yeah,
should the widget know about the that's the actor?
Yeah,
Like
I
that.
think it's correct because the widget will, like in this case, right? The widget is the one that has to manage the logic and is in the best position to access that because.
But isn't the player controller in the best position? Because my head would be like.
So the player controller, like we don't want that the player controller knows about the widget and then knows about the actor because then it's redundant, right? I think like it should be only like one level at the time. So if the player controller knows about the widget, then it say, right, widget, you do your stuff, right? I don't care about anything else. Otherwise, you will always have to keep sync and changing stuff in two different positions, right?
But I would think that's the way with the widget needing to know about the actor, because then it's like when I create a new widget, it needs to then know about the actor again. Whereas like the player controller can say, oh, I have been the player. So I say the actor in the level says, hey, player controller, can you create a main menu for me? And it's like, yeah, sure, I'll create a main menu for you, right? I just say widget, make me a main menu, right? The widget says, hey, I want to go up a level. I'm like, oh, cool. Then I say, hey, main menu actor, this guy wants to go up a level. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Can you take it up a level and then do this once, like trigger this off once you've done so or whatever? Because the actor knowing about the widget, the only issue I find there is that the widget shouldn't care about the existence of the actor. Like, because the widget is just the widget. Like, it's just the moving levels doing all the stuff. It's not the like, hey, camera guy, hey, actor that handles me, like, do your thing.
Okay,
but
so okay, if you don't have that level of indirection, which is correct, then what we should have is that then the player controller doesn't know about the widget then, because the player controller will tell the actor, okay, show, run, and then the actor will say, okay, then I show a widget now, because there is no, like either we do all the logic in one side, like which side you do it, you choose. Like if you do all the logic in the actor, which is I think is semantically correct, because the actor should be the one that has the logic and the widget should be the one that's got the rendering, right? But in that case, then the player controller will only talk with the actor, and we say, actor, do your things. And the actor knows about the widget then and say, oh yeah, I need the widget to show the camera, to show the thing. So created the widget. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it depends on that. Like that makes all sense to me. I guess it depends on whether or not which one we want the widget to depend on, right? Will we have a widget regardless of whether or not we have a level? Because the actor has to be at a level, right? So it's can we have the widget and the functionality outside of the level, or do we have the controller know about the actor and that will handle all of the widget stuff?
Yeah, and that exactly, and that's why I think if you have this second level of interaction, then I think that because of that, something between the widget and the actor needs to know what is dependent upon, right? Because effectively, so I think you even need to have like a generic menu actor, which is effectively is the player controller, because it's the only static one that may or may not need the level, but like there is nobody else that has that information. But if that is the case, then we need to deal everything within that. So we can have the player controller to do both things, to spawn the widget and spawn the actor. Then we have we have an actor inside the player controller that it does its own things. That I am in the level. Yes, no, okay. If I'm in the level, I can use this widget. If I'm not in the level, I can't. But yeah,
So-
as long as there is only one level there, then then it's gonna be okay. And potentially we will need to realign the pause menu to have the same behavior, right?
In that case, then, because the pause menu one, that seems correct to me. I think binding it to the player controller is great, and I think the main menu should go. In that case, then, I think it is a case of the main menu widget knowing that an actor exists, because actually, the reason being is that the actor is useless without the widget, whereas the widget should exist irregardless of the actor. But the actor's existence is fully dependent on the widget being there, because you can't move the cameras if there's no widget to move it. Whereas the widget can be there irrespective of if the actor is there. So realistically, upon beginning, so what should happen is upon beginning a level, if we want it to have, upon beginning a level, if the actor is there, right, then it can say create my widget, and then create a menu, right, and then the menu, the widget can get its reference to its actor to say I now have an actor, right? The widget then widget will have an actor, so then the widget can be like, do all my stuff, stop presenting, and be like menu actor, I've stopped, do this thing. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I see. So the widget will speak to the actor, the controller will speak to the widget. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But then the player controller doesn't speak back to the the player controller doesn't speak back to the actor, because the actor is fully dependent on whatever the widget is doing, not what the player controller is doing. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. So if we have so basically always think in terms of like if you need to change any behavior, there is only one place you need to change it from.
You need to do it,
if that holds true, then the architecture is correct. So what we don't want to have is like, let me change, part of the logic is in the widget and part of the logic of the actor is in the player controller, and then you need to keep track of, where do I need to make those changes in order to propagate all the functionality? So always have only one place in which, I change it here. That is the only place I change.
and that's the only place it has the change.
Yeah.
I agree. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you. Okay. In that case, then, like you said, the main menu does act very similar to the pause, which is fine, and we can make that base class. I'm not gonna do that now because that's second, but make that base class so we don't repeat all this stuff. Cool. What I'll do then is I will get this reference to the main menu widget to have the reference to our actor. So I think realistically that it's not an SPP menu actor. It's a hit actor that allows us to handle main menus, and it's almost like a type of main menu, if that makes sense. Like it's a it's not. It doesn't matter about the game it's in. This main menu says, oh hey, like in our hits plugin, we have the option to have main menus that allow for cameras to move about. Okay, so then this hits menu guy will have a reference to similar way in which it has like you can have an animation. So you can have an actor in a level that can allow you to move cameras around.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
I will always think in terms of if it's something that we can reuse in another game, then it needs to go into the hits.
If it's purely SPP, then
its module. If it's something that is very specific to SPP, then it's an SPP.
okay, that makes a lot of sense. I think I got it, to be fair. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This guy needs a. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, right. Look at that. I need to chat. I'm still using F4 to exit the game. Not for long. Not for long. You're gonna hate this, but what was wrong with the last menu? I'm definitely gonna use this because I didn't realize the launch menu takes so much effort. Well, like, thing is, like, I think it depends on how you approach. Like, I always think like, in terms of like architecture in the game, right? Because when I first started doing this stuff, I was also naive to it because, like, you see like tutorials, but like they don't actually explain this element of it. Like this is what makes dev long, like. Because doing the menu, right, you can always just go, like, you could, if you just wanted to, go into the level blueprint and just be like, when the level plays, make the menu, and the menu does this, and sync up the behaviors, and which, like, if you're looking on YouTube or other, like, indie projects, it's probably how it's done, right? So, but, like, that's wrong, right? Because then you have to, every level you have, you need to do that again.
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
It's also wrong in like just in terms of the architect, because then it's like the level will handle the camera, the level will handle the UI, the level will handle the controls, and it's like this level thing does a lot for something that isn't persistent at all. And also it's like then level blueprint code, like and then also coding it up, right? Then you have like making stuff reusable, like so we have like this base class for the widget, the controller class, then you have the actor class, or all of these reusable components. So can you have like 10 different main menu widgets? Can you have like as one class? Like so there's a lot that goes into it in terms of architecture in it, right? That depending on, I mean, I guess it depends on the scale of what you're trying to make, right? Like if you're not trying to make a full-on multiplayer game, like it does, I guess it doesn't really matter, like quite frankly.
Yeah.
Like you said, the previous version we had the last menu that was just like, you know, like, oh, you got a menu, move up and down the menu, you use the thingy, it does play the game, like open the level, and that's all you need it for, right? I guess in that scope. But if you're trying to make a main menu that is a main menu that you could reuse and works properly, this is when all this comes into play.
And I think like the problem is that 99% of those, you know, YouTube channels that do a real development, they are like solo guys that you know, it's on my machine, I just do this and it works. But then like the dynamics of a team, you know, especially when you're scaling up the team, you know, massively, it really changes everything. It's like, yeah, it's a completely different sport. It's not even the same thing. So, and this is something that we will go into as, you know, as we expand the team. You know, you will notice that, yeah, basically all those, you know, like all those guys that do YouTube videos alone, they are completely useless for us because they don't do the same thing. You know, it's not that they're doing the wrong thing; they do something that completely different. It's just like, yeah, not even the same development. Even managing the source control, right? Even, you know, branching and you know, creating stable builds and stuff like everything changes. It's like, yeah, and you have like the problem that you are facing with, they are, they are twofold. They are the same problem of, the functionality that, strictly speaking, doesn't work, and then you go, the team, you know the team architecture that is on top of that. So yeah, very different scenarios there.
Yeah. That's I think that's been for me the biggest learning curve. Like, just I think it's I don't say shock fact, but I think it is one of the things that unless you work in a thing, it's almost like you can. It's so weird because ironically you'd think, oh, it's quicker to make having it's weird, right? Because it's almost like if we were to make the same game alone, a lot of stuff would probably be quicker than if you were to make it knowing that you're going to have a team of stuff doing it. Because aside from like, I don't need anyone else to understand this code, but it's like, then you're like, I'll add it and I'll do this. And it doesn't need to work on someone else's machine. It doesn't need to, like, someone else doesn't need to pick up one day and be able to create their own thing. And I don't need it to be like shared or like, and also like, if you also know your exact scope, it's like, okay, I don't need this system to scale if I need a new like, do you know what I mean? So it was like, until I started doing this, because even when I first started, it was sort of like, I was like, oh, it works on my thing. And it works, and it yada, yada, yada. Like, and I wouldn't architecture it properly, but then everything was so quick. So that you get caught on that. You're like, oh, crap. Like, I added climbing in a day. We added voting in a day. Like, you're just smashing out mechanics left, right, center. And you see from like tutorials online that it's like, oh yeah, add this thing, go in the player character and make it do this thing. And then you get to do it, and then you realize it's like, well, no, like, what is the component? What's going to handle all the jumping? So you need a manager, but then the manager needs to talk to this thing, and this manager needs to it's a singleton, so it can only have one class. So you can't be making 20 jump managers to handle all the. So then it's like, oh crap, okay. You start to do it. It's like, okay, well, can someone else use this? Can they create a new, like, pause? Or can they work on this UI? Can they change these features? And then before you know it, like, it's so disheartening sometimes, like, to be like, oh god, like this, like you said, like, I just want to add a menu that has two things: play, credits, and exit. That's all I want to add, right? Like, now, you said, like, it should take. It theoretically would take 10 seconds, right? Like, not that kind, but like 10 minutes, right? Because it's like, oh, 3 buttons. When you press this button, play. When you press this button, open the credits. When you press that button, exit. Right? 3 buttons, do play, do your thing. But then you're like, oh no, if I actually want to do it properly, it takes all this time, all this architecture, and sorting out this code, yada, 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 creating the delegates to make sure it's all set up and scalable, and you can base from this class and create a new one. And that's when you're like, oh, making a game is hard. Like, it's actually, I see why it takes, like, teams a long time. And, like, the guy on YouTube that made this thing in a week may not be the perfect representation of what it takes to make a full game, especially one that you eventually want to be multiplayer and will need lots of people to work on. That has been my biggest learning that I've come from working, I guess, like, in the industry, I guess. But it helps having, I've been quite lucky though too, because I think it helps having, obviously, like, Dado to be like, nah, like, nah, it don't work like that. And initially you're like, well, yeah, it does work. Like, it does work. I can open the menu and play. Like, isn't that what we wanted it to do? But it's realizing that the functionality is like that is half the thing. Like, it working is only half, but does it work, and is it structured in the right way? Yeah, that was our TED talk. Basically, our launch menu takes effort, apparently. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so. I think I'm gonna change the naming and stuff. I think I'm gonna I'm gonna call it from main menu actor like a dynamic menu actor, because I think it's actually just a type of. We can create multiple types of actors, like a menu one
more generic,
is more generic, and it's like it's more sort of like this actor is your like this is the thing that a widget can have in order to have a more dynamic menu, so it can move cameras and stuff if you're in a level. Okay, I'm gonna get some food, and because I got to rejig all this stuff. I'd like to by tonight get this set up. There's the aim. But yeah, that's the goal. We will see. Oh. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna grab some food. Also, stream browser, just a lot of chatting. Not much code, but we got there in the end. Alright, I'm gonna grab some food and I'll be back in a bit, and then I'll do this, and then hopefully tonight we can have a main menu.
Catch